welcome to the Wayfaring Panda. I'm Annette. Today I'm participating in a YouTube and Instagram hop called Rainbow Crush, and it's put on by Tara, who is the paper snob. And this hop's been going on for a while. It's once a month, and this is the first time that I'm joining in, so it's pretty exciting to do something different. And the challenge with this one is that you're given a color for the month, and then you try to make a scrapbook page primarily using that color. So this month the color is yellow. And earlier I was using mustard seed distress ink to go around some plaid paper from some Simple Stories, but my camera went sideways, so I don't have that part of the film. So anyway, I tore the sides of this mixed media paper, and I'm going around this with some Rustic Wilderness just to get it to set off. And the paper I'm going to be using also has this color in with the yellow. This is the yellow collage paper from Simple Stories, and it comes from the Simple Vintage Essentials Color Palette collection. And I'm just using my Fiskars trimmer to gut the paper, and I'm just making a 1-inch border so I can use that as a border from my scrapbook layout, and then I'll have the inside to use for the layout. I used some 1/4-inch double-sided tape to adhere my mixed media paper to my border. I always liked the look of the torn paper on people's scrapbook pages, but I'm always afraid to tear it. So if you're like that, it's easier to use, like I use the white paper or just any less expensive paper, and then it's not quite as scary to try doing it. I got a piece of green cardstock from Creative Memories that I thought went really well with this paper, and I wanted to use a darker green to set off the picture on this yellow background. I usually prefer cutting my mats on my Creative Memories personal trimmer because it's smaller and also has a guillotine cutter, which I think cuts more clean than this does on some papers. But mine is broken, and I couldn't borrow my mom's because she apparently took it with her to Michigan to go visit her sister because they'll probably be doing a lot of scrapbooking. I'm cutting out a 1/4-inch border because I think that'll help the picture stand out more with it being kind of a busy background. Now this photo, I did put some Post-it tape over the person's face because this is for a girl's 17th birthday. I'm making this photo album to give her, and this is actually the last one in that photo album, although I do have to go back and do a few other photos. I just picked this one because it went well with yellow. I cut down my leftover paper in a couple pieces, and the great thing with this double-sided paper is when they make it to where it coordinates, then even though I only had the one piece of paper, I can use both sides, and then it looks like you're using two different kinds of paper. I do attach it so I can have a kind of paper photo cluster together before I do my mixed media, although I did put the paper on a little bit crooked, but hopefully it's not too noticeable. I did try taking it apart, but the tape stuck too much for me to take it apart. It was tearing too much. So we'll just go, and hopefully when I put the photo on there, it won't be quite as noticeable that one side's further down than the other. Then I put some double-sided tape on the back of the whole thing so that it'll be ready to put on my layout when I'm done with the mixed media. I use a pencil to mark the corners where my photo cluster is going to go so that I know where to do my mixed media. And I do it in pencil so I can erase it, although when I put it back on, it covered up the pencil marks so I didn't have to erase it. To start with, I'm using Scattered Straw Distress Ink with my Lawn Fawn brick stencil, and I didn't tape it down. I just kind of went over it just a little bit, and this is very light, and sometimes when I went over it with the darker color, you can't see it too well in the camera, but I just wanted it to be faint, and while you're doing a monochromatic look, it's good to get different shades to give it a little bit more texture and interest. The other thing I try to do usually on the stencils is not to fill in the whole thing so it doesn't have like a square shape so you can tell exactly where the stencil begins and ends. So on this one I was trying to keep it more in an oval or circular shape so it just kind of fades in and out. Then I decided to use the mustard seed distress ink with my Newton's Nook music stencil. And I didn't have any stencils that really said birthday in it, but some of the paper that I'm using has musical notes in it, so I thought that would go well. Plus, I think of music with birthday parties. I decided to add some more of the brick stenciling with that scattered straw. Since it's really faint, I thought I would just give a little bit more texture and interest to the paper, so I added that and some more of the areas of the white paper. In order to break up some of the yellow, I'm adding some fine splatters of Rustic Wilderness Distress ink, and I find you have to add quite a bit of water to get it to splatter really well, and I also find that using a fan brush helps with that. It didn't take very long for the distress ink to dry, so then I went ahead and put on my paper cluster with my photo. I found these alphabet stickers in our sticker book. My mom and I actually have a couple binders of different things, so all of our alphabet stickers are in one binder and we share it because we have so many and whoever can use them just uses them. So I have no idea where these came from. They're called Chatterbox stickers from Stickopotamus. Who knows? They might have been from the early 1990s. I don't know. Anyway, they look really good on this layout. I think the color works perfectly. And I wasn't sure at first because I thought usually you can't write with yellow because you can't see it. So I wasn't sure how the yellow stickers was going to go for a title, but I think it worked out really well. Plus it has kind of an orangey color to it too, so I think that helps it stand out. So I'm just putting the 5th of July, of course, in Spanish. Before I started, I went ahead and got out all the yellow bits from the Bits and Pieces from Simple Vintage Essentials color palette. And then I'm also going through the designer sticker book as well as the sticker sheet to pick out some different elements to build up my clusters. And of course I stick on the stickers and use my Nuvo Deluxe glue to glue on all the different elements. I'll put a list of all the products that I'm using in the description below. Some of these will be affiliate links. They don't cost you anything extra to use, but I do get a small commission from any sales that the links generate, and that helps support my channel. As I mentioned earlier, this is part of a YouTube and Instagram hop, so I'll have a list of all the participants in the description below. So please hop along and get different ideas of how to make a monochromatic layout, or at least how to use a lot of one color, especially yellow, because I thought that might be a little bit more difficult. But having a collection like this where it had a lot of the same color family, it made it a lot easier to do that. There will also be a playlist for all of the YouTube videos, so I'll have that at the end of the video as well as in the description. As a final embellishment, I'm adding some gold glitter pops of color, and I really liked how that turned out. I really think it made the layout pop, as well as adding that little bit of green that I did around the edges of the paper. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and if you're not already a subscriber, I'd really appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.